What's good, everybody? In today's Himmy on Himmy's episode, our girl goes from rags to riches. You'll see at the end of the video what kind of hype she kind of gets. But I figured to do something a little bit different for the intro to this video, something that common YouTubers do. So, if you guys do enjoy today's video, be sure to slap that like button. Consider subscribing if y'all are new around here. We're on the road to 6K. If you guys want to go up and beyond and support me, be sure to use code PEACHEZ with a 3 and not an E in the Fortnite item shop. And I'll catch y'all. Himmy headed to the Vienna bank. Today, she was feeling extra toxic. She didn't see nobody in the office and decided to dance outside, unknowing that they had cameras. Or maybe she knew and just didn't give a fuck. She was tired of the bank taxing that ass. Today she thought to herself, I'm finna get this bag. The Fortnite days started off like many other days, fighting Dr. Doom. As you can see, she tries to take a lot of the pressure off of her teammate from Dr. Doom lasering them to Dr. Doom trying to laser her, taking more of the focal point here, again, for her teammate to survive. She sees footsteps beside her, and that is none other than Dr. Doom's henchmen there. We'll see them again later. Himmy goes off to heal, and unfortunately, we cannot say the same for her teammate, though she realizes that in fighting Dr. Doom, it is probably going to be a two-person battle. She proceeds to locate Dr. Doom again. He's still on their ass. This is whenever she sees that Dr. Doom's henchmen is all by themselves. They don't appear to have much movement. This is pretty cliche for henchmen of Dr. Doom. Not a lot of movement, a whole lot of guns, not a whole lot of healing. So, they're not the smartest. She gets a few lasers here, but unfortunately just cannot hit the rest of the clip. And before she can switch guns, Dr. Doom is there to save his boy. She runs off here to go heal once more. This will be her last big pot. So she's kind of down bad a little bit, but I believe amongst both of them, they realize that Dr. Doom is pretty weak. He again attacks them here. She gets just a few shots off on him, again taking the pressure away from her teammate. The jetpack coming in extremely clutch. What's even more clutch is that Dr. Doom cannot hit his fucking shots. She realizes that people are next to her. Doom flies in, and here she gets some absolute lasers in to finally knock Dr. Doom. She unfortunately does leave her boy up top. She tries to rush back up there, trying to finish off the job. He seems to be holding his own for the time being, and she gets in the final hit. And that, my friends, is how you take down Dr. Doom, while she teaches him how to Dougie. In the very next game, Himmy seems to have her back against the wall. She's focaling in on 2 before being kidnapped abruptly. This was found to be extremely hilarious as she was about to unload her clip there, but it looks like the universe had different plans for her to actually revive her teammate. Here she is getting into battle with the medallion people. She sees a person up top, tries to get a few hits in but doesn't, pulls out the shoddy, and that's wraps. This is why you carry a shoddy, and if you're not going to carry a shoddy, you're going to fight long distance. Here, her friend goes down. She tries to go down there and get a few lasers in, gets a few hits. Her teammate is calming that essentially he had lasered one of them. She's trying to find out which one here, but then gets lasered and almost absolutely obliterated herself. They start flying up. That first shot probably should have ended this game right there if that person could have only hit their shots. Here she is absolutely trying to scramble away. As I've talked about before, the jetpack and the skulls are an absolute pain in the ass to actually maneuver with. Here she's trying to get a heal off before the medallion people track her back down. And finally, we hit in-game. As you can see, it's none other than the medallion people that she has been fighting with. It seems like the whole match gets some absolute lasers in, goes in with the gatekeeper, hits a gnarly shot behind the tree, and you can only imagine that the commentator is going crazy right now off of watching Himi absolutely destroy that person while nearly losing that. That was actually a really good player there. She's finally popping her last big heal. And now it is a 1v1 situation. As you can see, the person is trying to shoot Himi in their ass. And she's trying to locate exactly where they are. She realizes that she doesn't have a lot of health, so she decides to actually jetpack down, get a little bit of health here, and then go back up top. She realizes that if the person probably had a jetpack or any sort of maneuver ability, they probably would have been high ground by now with her. She decides to get a few lasers on, doesn't realize that her shotgun isn't completely reloaded, tries to go in there with it again, but ends up popping off and again toxically dances. As Himi wrapped up her Fortnite games, instead of heading to the Vienna bank like she would typically do, she actually got a call from a realtor about a house on the upper east side of town. So she pulled around to check out and see what this would do. Right away she's peeking through the windows because, quote unquote, they didn't let people tour the actual house. I think it was more or less they didn't let people like her tour the actual house. So she's window shopping around. It's got a pretty decent yard. She heads around to the back with a fenced in backyard. Her neighbors aren't too far off from her. You can tell that the grass gets cut by the city around here, so she wouldn't need to do that anymore. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this house is a cop or a job for Himi? Should she actually move out from the slums and upgrade herself? I mean, she kind of a hood rat, let's be real. But let me know your guys' thoughts. After she meets with the realtor, as she heads to the Vienna bank for some Vienna sausages. She heads to the Vienna bank to cash out. And again, they've been taxing pretty heavy, but she's been saving up a whole lot, considering on where she's living at. If you guys enjoy today's video, be sure to smash that like button, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.